Good morning and welcome to Clarity TV. My name's Barbara Gray and I've got a lovely collection of new stamps to show off and lots of other special little treats. So I'm hoping that you're going to keep me company and spend the next hour or so with me. I've got loads of demos lined up, so it may take a little longer. But if you're not going anywhere, I know the sun is shining, so I understand that maybe you're watching on catch up. And if that's the case, that's fine. The offers will all apply. And I hope that I'm not on my own. Now, our friend Jane Telford is in the room with your good selves. So we'll wait for our friends to join us. Jane is going to be keeping you company. If you have any questions, then she can filter them through to me. I'm hoping that the sound is good, Jane, if you could let me know. These are beautiful flowers, these beautiful roses Jane sent me yesterday. This is only half the bunch, Jane. The other half's in the kitchen. They are gorgeous, gorgeous roses. Thank you so much. Now, I'm on my own today. There's no Paul. This is Clarity TV. It's not the shack, but you can see I'm at home because many of you will be aware that Dave, he had a surgery. He had a knee surgery a couple of weeks ago. So I'm sticking close to him at the moment. And so we're working from home. Well, the royal we. And Paul, he's actually on Hobby Maker this afternoon at 2 o'clock and at 6 o'clock. So I just spoke to him and he's already on his way up the M40 to Hobby Maker. So we wish him well this afternoon, and he's there in the name of parchment art. So it's going to be all things Pergamano, and he's showcasing Tina's beautiful parchment plates. So if you're into your parchment, then that might be something that you'll enjoy too. So we're here and I'm on my own, so bear with me because I'm going to be navigating the cameras and the prices and the sell but it's all right, it's good. I was really looking forward to this actually, because there are some smashing stamps and postcards and toppers and things on the show that are brand new. And you know, when you've got something really, really cool and you want to show your mates, well, that's where I'm at today. So there we go. And we're just going to let some friends find us. Let's see, is it 10 o'clock? It's 10 o'clock on the nose. So we'll take our time. Easy does it. And I guess the first thing to do is talk about housekeeping, because whereas the shack is more just hanging out and doodling, this is Selly Telly. This is how we make Clarity work nowadays, since the demise of Create and Craft in Oundle. What we do is we've created our own social TV platform. And if you're new to the fold, you will perhaps know that we meet on, if we've got something to show you, we don't just hammer it. But for example, the calls to action or the regular slots are Monday at 10 o'clock and 2 o'clock, Tuesday 10 o'clock and 2 o'clock, so it's Groovy Tuesday, and then 2 o'clock, then Friday 10 o'clock, usually 2 o'clock. However, I don't want to clash with Paul, so today's just 10 o'clock here, and then of course 2 o'clock with Hobby Maker. So that's great. We're sharing, and then Paul will be on Hobby Maker again at 6 o'clock this evening. And then of course we've always got our first Sunday of the month, which is the law, and that's 3 o'clock until 5 o'clock. So yeah, and this month, March, it's Japan month at Clarity, because Dave and I were going to go to Japan this year, but because of Dave's knee surgery, we can't go. It was not realistic. It's a long way and it's a lot of walking. Anybody that's been there will know that. And therefore, we decided to bring Japan to us. And so we're celebrating Japan all month. And it's a very Japanesey kind of flavor. The things that we are launching are quite Asian in their style. You know, I personally love Japanese art. I love all things Japan, really. And that's why I really have a hankering to go, as does Dave. So, yeah, so that's going to be, you'll see today when you see the stamps that we're launching, and many of you have already got ahead, you know where to find them, and they're not typical Japanese, but they do look quite Asiatic, you know. And so there you go. I've even put a top on to celebrate Japan. Yeah. So what we're going to do, I'm going to tell you about some housekeeping first, if that's okay. I'm sure that most of our friends have found us now. So we'll talk about housekeeping first. When you shop with us, okay, let me just show you, for example, I'm going to pop up on the screen here. You can see this is a new set, and we're going to look at this set, but let's just talk about the housekeeping first. So where can you shop and how can you shop? Well, the first thing I want to point out is that across the top, there's a product code. So 12123. Then you'll see a description or a picture of what's on offer, what comes under that product code. You don't need to give us all the other numbers, just that code will, if you're calling Sue on 01732 868 215, if you're calling our UK call centre in Edenbridge, then that's brilliant. Just give her that number if you would like to enjoy those beautiful little potted plants. They were designed by our darling Jazz, and they are brilliant. There's also an alphabet involved. It was her idea. She ran with it, and it's pretty spectacular. I will show you in a moment, but let's just take a look at the housekeeping first, because I think it's important. So we've got the product code, we've got the description. So you can see here we've got 2A5 sets of potted plants, 2A overlays, more will be revealed, and a little A6 alphabet set, which actually, when you look at the pricing, ends up free. So what we're looking at here is a retail value of $49.97, which would be, normally they're 20, 20 and 10, let's say, for the sake of argument, £20 for an A, 19.99. This is less, you get discounts as well. So what we've done is we've taken £10 off, which is the value of the alphabet. So the value for that bundle, then the price for that bundle is $39.98. Now let's stop there for a moment, because we're celebrating, and the first thing I want to say is, since it's Japan month, let's take a look here, and you can see here we've got Japan 10. Okay, Japan 10. And if you use this code at the checkout, whether you're a club member or not, you will receive 10% discount. And this runs right through to the end of March. It's for the whole of March, friends. And it can be used multiple times. So what you want to do really is just bear in mind, whenever you're shopping, what this is a blanket 10% discount code on pretty much everything on the website, except like workshops or courses and subscriptions. But it's pretty much, apart from, there are a couple of little exceptions, but this is a discount code that's a blanket discount code, and it works as many times as you order. It's a 10% discount for the entire month. Now that's in addition to your club discount. Okay, so let's go back again here, and you can see, for example, over on the Sellel, you can see it says $39.98. Now that's less. Now you can deduct your club discounts as well. So say, for example, you're a member of one of our clubs. It's always a good time to join the club. It's the backbone of our company too. We really appreciate your subscription. It's £7 a month to join one club. You get a lot of bang for your buck. It's not just a discount club. You get beautiful product. You get double page projects. There's a lot going on here. Speak to Sue or look it up online. But if you're in one club, you get 10% discount. If you're in 2 clubs, you get 12.5%. Now, the reason I say 2 is because we've got 3 clubs altogether. We've got the Stamp Club, the Stencil Club, and the Groovy Club. Okay, so 1 club 10%, 2 club 12.5%, 3 clubs 15%. That makes you a diamond member. So in addition, today, for example, it's a celebration. Okay, in addition to the 15%, for example, if you're a diamond member, that you get off that price, you can also take an additional 10%. So we're double discounting, which is unusual. In fact, there's another little treat, but we'll get to that in a minute. So now you know what to tell Sue or how to find. Now, on the subject of how to find, if you go to the website and you're shopping online, on the front page, in the top right-hand corner, it says Clarity TV. It's a little teal box. Doesn't matter whether you're on your phone or your tablet or your computer, top right-hand corner, Clarity TV. If you click in there, you enter the world of our Clarity Social TV, right? And in there, you will find it's like Shop the Show, okay? This is where you shop the show. And I'm not saying you have to buy everything in the show, but it's where we've consolidated everything. So everything that I'm showing you today is in that area, so you haven't got to hunt, right? That's also where this particular TV show and all the other TV shows will be recorded, so you can see them, you can find them there. We also stream on YouTube, so we're streaming at the same time on YouTube, and I know that a lot of our friends now watch on YouTube. I know we do when we're watching, because you can watch full screen. The only difference is, and I know I'm not looking at the banter at the moment because I've got so many other doors open in my head, right? But the thing about Facebook is, of course, it's the banter and the chat in the community. I know that you will be chatting away to each other, and I love that, you know. But there we are. So you can watch on YouTube. You can watch on Facebook on one of our pages, or you can watch on our website, exactly where I've just said. There's a catch-up button. Now, when you get into that catch-up button, what you'll also find is something that we're really enjoying, and I think you are too. It's our downloads. So, for example, you'll find downloads of the projects that I want to do today, or the things that I want to cover today. And these downloads, they're great for reference, you know, for easy reference. And you can see exactly the date of the show, what time the show was, what it was that I made, and even what I used. And there are links. So if you go to the downloads, you can see the links as well, which is really good. So it's a project reference, really. It's a really cool project reference, because you can go to the download, you can see exactly what I've used. And I'm getting quite pedantic as well about telling you which colors, rather than a selection of. I'm saying, well, these are the 2 colors that I used, and this is how I got that color. You know, because I'm thinking, you know, this is the year of color at Clarity as well, and color maketh the art, you know. So I'm getting quite pedantic about telling you what colors I'm using as well, and I'm using colors that we sell rather than colors that I like, because otherwise we just use the same ones over and over again, and I think it's important to get a bit adventurous. Okay, anyway, on to how to buy. And these digital downloads are absolutely fabulous for for reference, for easy reference. A lot of people actually print them off, put them in a folder, and then you can see exactly, you know, a couple of months from now, you might say, oh, I really fancy trying that landscape one that she did. Rather than start scrolling online, get your folder out and go, that's the one I want to try. And then it's so easy to find, because the dates and all the information is there for you. There you go. We're on it, friends. We're on it like a car bonnet. Okay, and breathe and have a cup of tea. Make sure that everybody's in the room. Yeah, okay. So let me get my thoughts straight. I've shown you everything that I want to. I've told you about Japan 10. I've told you about the savings on with a club discount. And then now I want to show you another. I just want to go through now what's on offer. So I did write it all down. There's one more special offer that I want to tell you about. I really like these, okay? Because it was my birthday yesterday. We thought we'd do something special. And so, and we will go to the landscapes, but let me just show you what we've got here. So I'm going to just put up a full screen and I'm going to talk to you about this because many of you will be familiar with these landscapes. You'll remember that we launched a bunch of beautiful tree stamps, little tree stamps, and we'll look for those as well. I'm just telling you about the special offer here. So what I did a couple of blank ones, okay? And then Jazz put a really amazing filter. So now if you say, for example, look at the one in the middle, we've got two different colorways. Look to the one to the left, these postcards. There are two different, these are ready printed landscape toppers and tags. Okay, so you get all of those, you get all 7 designs, and I'll explain why there are 7 in a minute, all 7 landscape designs in 2 different colorways and in 2 different sizes. So not only do you get the 4x4, and it's like a Polaroid with a card piece at the bottom, I'll show you, but you also get these fantastic little tags at the bottom. Now the value of that is $9.99. So, for example, if we look here, you can see it's $9.99, and you can pop that in your basket because they're consumables and they're absolutely fantastic. I'm going to show you how we use them because they're exactly the same size. When we would do, you remember when you bought the trees and you got the landscape masks? Well, the 4x4s are exactly the same size. I'll show you a couple of tricks in a minute. But what we decided to do, apart from offer these as a really cool, easy make, okay, I'll show you in a minute. They come like this. This is the code you can see here, 31775. Oh, hang on a minute. I just need to turn my phone to silent. That was the one thing I did forget to do. Apologies. So you can see here, you get these really cool toppers. And if I show you in situ, here we go. So this is what you get, right? These are the postcards. If you see them actually laid out, sometimes it's good to see them in. So this is the 4x4 that we create when we make the masks. You'll be familiar with these, right? And we've got all 7 of them here, okay? And then you've got 2 of each design. Look at these little ones. You get 2 of these as well. They're beautiful, right? So you get 2, but 1 in different colors. So to me, these are a serious consumable, okay? Fantastic for decorating. And what we decided to say was, if your basket ticks up to £50 after discounts, if your basket, when you're shopping, ticks up to £50 after discount, it can tick up to more, right? It can tick up to 60, 70, 80, 100, whatever you want to spend, right? But we will pop a pack of these in as a present, okay? So you can buy them, of course you can, for $9.99 less your discount, etc. And your Japan 10, it all applies, right? But if you're shopping, and we know that you like to shop, if you're shopping and your basket starts adding up after discount to over £50, then we're going to pop one of these packs into your parcel when we pick it, as a gift from me to you. Okay, so there you go. All good. So I wanted to show you that because I'm going to show you how they work in a minute. But before we do that, I'm going to go to those fantastic potted plants and then we'll take it from there. Okay, so I'm going to show you what's on offer. show you some beautiful art samples, do a little bit of a gallery, right? And then I'm going to go into some really cool demos. Okay, so first things first, let's start with our potted plants, okay, by Jazz. I'll show you these first. These are such fun. I actually woke up this morning and it was funny because I woke up and I had an idea, you know, that I bet that'd work. And so I haven't even got a download for the first demo because it's so cool. I want to show it to you. Typical. But let's have a look. So you can see here, what we're looking at here is two sets of, they're so gorgeous to use, and they're like infill stamps. So they're like two-way overlays. And you've got 6 potted plants in that set, 6 potted plants in that set, and then you've also got the alphabet. So you can see here, I'm just going to show you the bundle price. You can see it's $39.98 less all the discounts, aforementioned discounts. So let's look at the printed versions. If you just want the alphabet, there's the number up there, 12122. If you just want this set on its own, it's 12121. Cool, that's a good number, 12121. So what's really cool is the pot sits, you see, it's really clever. So the trick is also the interchangeability. Okay, but I'll show you more of that. And then, of course, you've got the third set here. These are great, right? So you've got loads of different pots, loads of different plants, very interchangeable, very fun to use, right? And the letters, the idea is, you see, the letters fit into the pots. So you can start writing messages in the pots, which I think is a great idea. Okay, Jane's just written to me. She says, bargain. I think so, Jane. I think so. I'll tell you what is a bargain. They are. But we'll get to them in a minute. So let's stick with the pot plants. Okay. Do you know what? Yesterday, I got 2 beautiful pot plants for my birthday. One was from Paul and Earl, which was an aloe vera, really lovely, an aloe vera, quite spiky, beautiful. They remind me a lot of New Mexico because we got them in the garden in New Mexico. And then Grace, she got me this really lovely twiggy, really nice big plant with great big leaves. I'll look it up. Not that you care, but I'm gonna tell you, what was it, Gracie? She sent me all the instructions as well on how to look after it. It's called what's it called? That's why I laugh. A fiddle leaf fig. Only Grace could send you a fiddle leaf fig. That's why I wanted to tell you. That made me laugh. A fiddle leaf fig. She says they're very on trend, Mum. You get them in all the restaurants. They're in all the clubs and bars now. And they grow really big. I said, well, that's handy in a 400-year-old farmhouse. It came that side. But it's lovely. It's in the bathroom at the moment. Don't trip over it, Dave, whatever you do. Anyway, so it's so funny that I received these beautiful fiddle leaf fig and aloe vera and roses, and then we're doing pot plants today. But do you agree that they look quite Japanese? I think so. So what I'd like to do now, I've shown you the product, I've told you the codes, and if you want the collection, it's 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, easy, right? Write it down, friends. And also check out the alphabet. It's a really nice one, and it's got numbers as well, and it's got ampersand. Very lovely. And these work while we're on the subject, sur le subject, are stamp pens. Okay, so I'm going to go to a pack of stamp pens. These are brilliant if you're using an alphabet. And I'm going to highlight them now. I'm shining a light on these. Dave came up with these at the beginning of the year. You can get a set of 4 of them. You see, they're all different, like square, round. They are the different shapes with good reason. You'll realize when you start using them. So there are 4 pens. One of the things about using small stamps, it's quite difficult to know what pressure to use. But when you're using the stamp pens, I guess because we're so used to using pens as writers, right? You know exactly how much pressure. You just get a beautiful impression, and the positioning is just bang on, right? So what we've got here, if you look, we've got a set of 4, but we've also got 12. If you want bigger savings are in the 12. If you want to take advantage of that, you can see here we've also got a beautiful packed set of 12. Just saying. Okay, and now I'm going to go back to the pot plants, and I'll show you some lovely artwork from the design team. How are we diddling, friends? Let me just recap that so you can see that well, and then we'll look at some artwork. Okay, so really lovely samples. I think it's a good idea to indulge the samples. I know I want to get onto the demos, but again, it's also important to show you these things. So these are just lovely cards. Tina Morris, gorgeous. I'm going to come in a bit closer now, moving a little closer. You can see here, really beautiful. Tina Morris on fire, stacking those pots. Deborah Wheeler. I know that's Debbie McMullen before I even look. This is a lovely one. Deborah Wheeler, she's taking on the Japanese idea with the lovely Zen, the little set of Zen. Yeah, so I use those as well, Deb. These are the ones that I've got them in my demo as well. 11750, and you get these lovely, where's the Zen one? There it is, you see? So you get these lovely Japanese symbols. Jackie Cooling, yesterday I received a parcel from Jackie. She sent me a book on how it's a how to write Japanese, how to learn Japanese lettering. Fabulous. So chuffed with that. So, but for the rest of us, we've got stamps. So there you go. That's a Deborah Wheeler, really lovely one. Let's have a look. This is a nice one. Sheila Metzeler, hanging basket. Sheila Metzeler again. See, because it's a 2-way overlay, Sarah Brennan, she's used the infill, Sarah, all the way around. Keep looking up. Isn't that great? And then we've got one from Deborah Wheeler. So she's used the letters to create the blessings, Easter blessings cross, which is rather beautiful. This is a fabulous one. So here's D. I want to offer it up. I want to show you the leaves on that big plant there. See, so she's actually put some fantastic detail in there. We'll have a look at that later. And also, you see how she's cut them out? Don't they look beautiful on a funky background? Really nice. Deb McMullen, she's used the club stencil from last month. I really like this. And because it's light, she's used speckled egg, which I used as well. But because it's light, it would be easy to put letters in there, wouldn't it? Really cool. This is a nice one, Dee Paramore. So she's used the stamps to decorate the vase, the pots. They're nice. Linda Spencer, love that. She's used the gnomes. Check this out. Look. Oh, nice. Isn't that beautiful? I know. So you can see here, you get a lot of bang for your buck for £40. Less club discount. Less, just remember Japan 10. So straight off the bat, I know that you're going to save £4 because, well, 3.99 or whatever, right? That's going to come straight off the top. So just remember to put that discount in, though, that discount code. New home, nice. So you see, now we're getting into the realm of the letters. Deborah Wheeler, great job. For you. See, so we start spelling out now. That's a lovely one. Deb McMullin, nice. See, Mini Makes, Deb McMullin. Mini Makes. Isn't that great? I know. In fact, right, I'm going to park that one because on the subject of Mini Makes, that will remind me, I want to show you something else that's really special. I love that. These are stamps and they're used like a table almost like little ledges. Doesn't that look Japanese? Linda Spencer again. And I love that one by Linda Spencer. She's used our girl, one of my Clarity characters. Congratulations on your retirement. Yeah, well, apparently I've reached retirement age. I get my pension. I draw my pension from yesterday. I know. How is that possible? 66. Pick up tricks. Crazy plant lady. Oh, we all know a crazy plant lady, don't we? We do indeed. Jane Telford. That's beautiful, Jane. I love it. So this is lovely too, Jane Telford, where she's used that overlay stencils. You remember the overlay stencils in the background? And then we've got our, now on the subject of our design toppers, Jilly came up trumps. I'll show you. There's another one from Sheila Metzeler. Very nice indeed. And you see, you can decorate the envelopes. So even that's simple, but it's enough. It's just lovely. Okay. So that's the gallery that I wanted to show you. Those are the oh no, hang on, we've got more. I can't not show you these. I can't not show you these, friends. You don't mind that, do you? Come on then. Right. See, I think this is where you get your ideas. I like that tag. Very nice indeed. Jane Telford. Look at that. Oh, look, she's got the hanging one in her hand in the poppets. I love that. See, there are so many different possibilities here. Oh, and then we've got notelets. So this is a Tina Morris. See, I love what she does. She makes this pots of fun. Look. So she's used the alphabet, looking sharp. Pots of love, plant of thought. What a lovely set. See, to me, that's a gift, isn't it? To me, that's a gift. There's a fantastic one, Linda Spencer. I like the way she uses those. See, I really like these message. I don't know what they're called, but we've got a set of, Jane, you'll know. We've got a set of all the different sentiments, and then they come with all the boxes. And doesn't that look, see, to me, that is just fantastic. That on its own, that on its own. I just love using that as a table. Very, very lovely. Linda. Maybe she's told patterned occasions sentiment set. There you go. Thank you, Linda. Occasions sentiment set. Very, very lovely indeed. And then I'm going to give you one more set here. This is a Tina Morris again. She does like making little notelets, but I think these are gorgeous. Look. So she's using the infills around the outside. But what beautiful little mini makes they are, you know. And the mini makes are, I mean, our group, we've got a group, Clarity Mini Makes group on Facebook. Jane, I'm sure, I mean, Jane's in charge of she's in charge of it. She runs the ATCs and the PTCs with Elizabeth. So Jane, I'm sure you can give us the link so that our friends can find it. We're really big on the mini makes at the moment. It started at the beginning of the year because I was aware that a lot of people had kind of lost their mojo. And so we started these mini makes and ATCs and swaps. So the swaps are not mandatory, you don't have to, but it's a really nice way. I got my lovely, I'm saving it for Monday to show you, but I got my ATC card from Pauline yesterday, and I'm hoping that Pauline's got mine, you see, so we're partners this month. It's just a lovely way to, I don't know, I really enjoy it. But the Mini Makes Facebook page is, I mean, I think nearly 1,000 people now, if I'm not mistaken. But it's just really, it's great to see all the different posts. So we've got, if you're new to the fold, we've got Clarity Worldwide on Facebook. We've got Groovy Worldwide on Facebook. We've got Pergamano Worldwide on Facebook. And now we've got the Clarity Mini Makes ATCs. I think it's something like that. I'm sure that's what it's called. Jane will give us the 982 members we have now. There we are. So let me just indulge the mini makes for a moment here. This is cool, right? And I was saying that what we've got as well they can't keep up with us. We've got these mini makes folders, right? And you can see here they're great for collecting your little cards and your ATCs and your PTCs. So we sell out of them as quickly as we get them in. We pop a sticker on here. The sticker is exactly the size of an ATC or a PTC, which is 2.5 inches by 3.5 inches. So there's your clue there, right? And at the moment, Paul tells me, that's why he sent me these, we've got yellow, red and green in stock. So we've got 31758, 31766 and 31767. These are available on the website at the moment, and all your discounts apply. So it's getting good, you know, it's getting good. And if you're thinking, well, I'm never going to be able to rack up £50 after discounts to qualify for that free gift from Barb, and I'm saying I think it'd be quite easy. I mean, say you want to come on to the open days, or you want to come to one of the workshops, that counts. There you go, bingo, that counts. Now, mini makes. One more thing I want to show you. So Jilly's had this great idea. I'm going to use these now. So I'm going to show you what they are before we use them. Okay. And then these are so cool. Let me just show you this. And I need to just change just bear with me a second. I got a lot of paperwork going on here. I can find it for you. Okay. So on the subject of mini makes, these are the cutest little packs, you know, it's insane. So let me show you. You know those, you know the petite toppers that we've got? Well, what we've done is we've chopped them up for you, and we've literally taken one and cut it into 4. But we've swapped it, so you don't always get the same corner. Now, we've done it with 3 of them to make sure that you like them first. Okay, so these are exactly, right? These are exactly, if I open one up, these are so amazing. Jilly worked it out. Look, these are exactly 3.5 by 2.5. So if I take this and I just show you the size, right, as a backer or to stamp on, look at that with a plant pot. It's even got a window in it. That wasn't planned. Look at that. And it's exactly 2.5 by 3.5. Badoof. Ha ha ha. Hey, I know. They are so cool to use. And you know, Dave, Mr. Practical, he said, why don't people cut it up themselves? And I said, well, yeah, you would think so, but you don't. You don't. Because when they're pre-cut like this, I tell you what, it's the same principle as the 3.5 by 3.5. We cannot keep them in stock because us stampers, we want a stash like that. We want them all perfectly cut, the exact same right size, 3.5 by 3.5. These are 3.5 by 2.5, all pre-cut. It just makes life really easy. And it's not that more expensive, you know, because we've cut it. It's a service. We do it and we know that you'll enjoy it. So Jilly has personally been cutting all these out. Then I said, but what if you don't want to stamp onto the coloured one, because you'd love a lovely little piece of a little piece of stencil card that was exactly the right size. And so Jilly, she's cut these, and they are 2 by 3 inches. So they exactly fit. Oh, I've got to show you. They sit exactly on there like that. And that is what I call an ATC, right? So these are just amazing. And you get 50 of them in a pack. Yeah. So what all of this is available individually, but what we decided to do, you can see on the screen here, we put together, so do you know what, I'm just going to pop that there because I'm going to use it all the time. And what I wanted to show you was that we put together a little bundle, and so you get all three of those that I've just shown you, right? Antarctica, the blues; Toscana, very warm; Waimea Fall, bright and beautiful, tealy. And you get 3 pack, because Paul was just going to put 1 pack in. I said, well, yeah, well, that's no good because you're going to chomp through these. This is the key. So you can get all of these. It's a one-stop shop, £18 for the lot. You save £1.50, and then you get your discount, Japan 10, etc., etc., etc. Okay, so that thus endeth the presentation of what we're selling. Yeah, so we've got Antarctica, Toscana, Waimea Falls, and Clarity Card, or all of them together. Yeah. Now, this is going to take longer than an hour, friends. I haven't even warmed up yet. That's how long it took me just to tell you everything that we're selling. I know. Okay, so where do I begin? Right, the first thing I want to do is I'm going to, right, let's start with these, okay? Because I think it's important that you get what this is about. So when I'm going into demo mode now. Okay, so when we launched these stamps, see, because when you look at the back of this, let's go to, bear with me a second. If I go to that, when you look at the back, it says, want to decorate your toppers and tags? We recommend, and then you've got all these really good tree sets. Do you remember? So the tree sets, let me explain. The tree sets, they come like this. I've got loads of them. 7 exactly, right? And the tree sets at the time, they came with their masks, right? So you get the tree sets and they come complete with the masks, right? Do you remember? They're really, really lovely. So let me just show you, for example, on the screen. If I show you that set there, oh, that's the set I'm looking at. I've got all of them here, but you can see we've got the little sheep. That was the perspective one, and the little house one. So these were the ones that we gave you before, and they came with masks. So for example, you've got the Highland mask like that, and it came with the Highland stamp set like so. Do you see? Or, you know, so, and you could also, bear with me a second, you could also buy the masks separately, couldn't you? Now, I've got them here somewhere. Bear with me a minute. Here we go. So you could buy the masks separately as well. And you could get top-up masks that are 4x4, and you could get the masks 6x6. So look at the, so 4x4 top-up masks, 31721, 6x6, 31722. And you were getting 5 of the masks to do the landscapes. And then these were the same ones, but larger. So there are TV shows. Perhaps Jane can give you the link where I did those masks. In fact, the perspective ones, that's only a couple of weeks ago that we launched another 2 sets of these tree stamps. Let me show you. First of all, let me just reiterate these ones. So this set here, this bundle of trees, was 12038, and you save £5. Right, so that's a special price plus your Japan 10, etc. Right, so these are the sets that I'm showing you here, right? And then what we did was we introduced another 2. That's these 2. So those were the pair that I've got here, plus the masks, right? So that now there, it was just two masks in each set. Okay, so again, the 4x4, they come with the stamps, the masks, but the backup or the fillers, It's 31765 for the small ones and 31764 for the large ones. So these were the sets. Now let me just bear with me a second, because it's actually quite simple when you break it all down, because what we've got here now is 7 sets of stamps, right? And when you buy the stamps, you get the masks, you get the 4x4 masks as well. Okay, so, and I keep all my stamps like that with the masks in a box. That's me now. That's all I need, right? And then I've got some stamp pens for the tiny little stamps, and then I've got a bunch of other mounts, and then I can start. But the thing is, and this is the point, loads of us got into that landscaping with the masks, right? And it's quite time consuming, isn't it? And I mean, I love the process, don't get me wrong, I love the process. In fact, if I show you a couple of bits of artwork, you'll get it, right? I think you need to see the artwork to understand, right? Let's just take a look, for example, if we look at this set here, right, on its own, the Highland one, but if you look at the artwork, you see how you build with the masks, you can build these sets. See the backgrounds. This is done with ink and masking tape, and then you use the masks and you peel off and stick on. And there are 7 different sets of stamps and 7 different landscapes that I've designed. Now, so you can see everyone is different. When you use the masks, you are your own governor. You decide what colors you're going to use, you see? But let's take that one now and let's make a print of it. Let's take that and let's scan it in and let's make a print of it. And then when we've made a print of it, hang on a minute, let's take a look. When we've made a print of it, it might not have been that one. There. And then when we've done that, let's make another colorway. So, and let's do that for all 7. And then, as if that weren't cute enough, right? And this is the point. These are the exact size of the masks. Okay? These are absolutely the same size as the masks. And then let's make these tiny little tags as well. So here, let me see where that one is. There it is. There they are. Right, so you've got matching tags. So what we're offering now today is this step already complete in a pack. Bingo. To me, that is a thumbs up, a big thumbs up. So it doesn't mean that you can't make your own art with the masks. It just means that if you want to sidestep that and you just want to decorate the landscape, then you still your design. We're just furnishing you with the backdrop. It's like a blank canvas landscape. And there's the thing, if you spend £50 after all your discounts, they're a gift from me to you. You don't even have to pay for them. So let's have a look. What I want to do now is just show you how it works. So if you can take a look here, see with the tree stamps, there's a nice one by Eileen. You don't have to use the landscapes, but of course, if you do, then happy days, right? Okay, so let me just take this all out of the way. And because I don't think it's already 1:45 and I haven't even started the demos yet. But let me just show you. If I take, I'm going for it now. Right, you ready? Sit back. Have you got the kettle on? Go and get a coffee, because this is where it gets, now it's going to get juicy. Okay, let me just get my stamps, because I've got so many things to show you with the pot plants as well. That's okay. I need an ink pad. That's all I need. I need a blank. Yeah, I need a blank or a couple of blanks. Let me show you what we're going to do, and then I'll show you. There we are. Okay, it's easy. because I'll tell you why it's easy. It's because the background's already done. That's why it's easy. Okay, so we've got that one, we've got that one, and we've got that one. Okay, and then I've mounted it with a little bow wall strip from the front of the bow wall papers. So there you go. Those are what we're going to use. All right. And what I need in order to do this, right, let's have a look. I need the large one. So I'll just pick one and I can show you how easy this is. So I'm going to do the same one so that I can, there it is. So that's that one. There, that's a nice one. I know. That's a new one. I did those ones to make up the set. Nice. Okay, so I've got that one. And then in here, yeah, so there's that little one. I'm going to use that one. Da-da. I just want to show you. I mean, it's not a race, but I just want to show you. Look, all the moons, it's all done for you. Right, so ink pad. Da-da, da-da, da-da. And let's start with a small one. Warming up. So let's do that one first. So this is a tiny little, these are a couple of inches. And then whether or not you, see, I like the Polaroid idea because you can stamp into there. So what to decorate with? The wee folks work. I'm just going to do what I did before. So I've got my Highland one. Yeah. Let me put this on a bit of paper. You might see it better if I put it on a piece of paper, hey? Are you still with me or have you all gone shopping? Let's have a look. What have I got here? To do this break, yeah. Okay. Right, let's have a look. So I think you can see better now. Got that, got that, got that. Stamp pen, that'll do. And then I'm going to use my deer to start. So I've got my deer. Like that. Okay, let's check. So I haven't used the stamp yet, so I want to make sure that it's nice and primed. See, so I can use that like so. And I can pop that on there. Nice. That works well. So I'm going to pop that little deer right on that edge there. And if I want to make sure, no, it doesn't matter if it comes out of the picture a little bit. So let's just do that. And then we're going to hover with the handle till I'm happy with the place. And then down he goes. Budoof. He's in. Isn't that lovely? I know, it's so easy. It's ridiculous. And the landscapes are done for you. So we'll pop him in there. And then we've got a bird in flight. I'm going to use this one. That little bird there. Right, and now you've got to decide where do you want to put the bird, what angle. Right, so I'm going to use the bird. So I'm using the indexing sheet to show me, and I'm going to use the bird just like that. So if I do that, let's just check. Okay, I've got the right angle. I know I'm holding it right now. I know where I want it. I've checked with the indexer. Can you see this all right? Or should I come in a bit? What do you think? Yeah, yeah, yeah. There you go. So there's my, isn't that nice? Right, so then I just take pop that back on there. See, that's why I keep them all together, because there's so much on here. There are so many. Now, you're in my thoughts. Let's use you're in my thoughts. Okay, I'm going to pop that again. I'm using my stamp pen because they're quite tiny for mini makes, right? I'll pop that on there. Perfect. Okay. If you want to, you can use your fingers and you can just press a bit on either side, right? Like so. So you ink up like that, press like that, hover with the handle till you're happy with the place and then press. There, you're in my thoughts. Right, that's that one done. I know, crazy. And the background is done using, let me show you a trick. If you're doing that, and you see how I made the background there, so it's really easy to do. If I use my petite toppers, okay, so let me go to these are these companion swatches, and they're really great. We've got those in stock as well, but they're like companion papers that we've chopped up like this. So you take the different colour, let's say that one there would be the right colour, and then perhaps we've got an orange. Let's see if I can find an orange. There's an orange. That'll do. Right, so I've got all mine in a box like this, see? And I keep them all. I need a bit of a sort out, but they're really cool. Companion paper swatches, and they're ideal for this. But let me just show you a little trick. If I want to set this so that the landscape colours run either side, then what I've got to do is take those two like that, and I'm going to take a bit of low tack tape. Are you going to hang out with me a bit longer? This is going to take a little longer. I wish I was coming back at 2 o'clock now, but I can't clash with Paul. That would be ridiculous. Right. What do you think? I've got another hour's worth of demos here easily. What shall I do? So I've turned it over. Those colours look nice together as well. But what I've got to do is just do that like that. Pop that on there like so. So they're together, right? So now they're together. And then I'll turn it over like so. That's it. They're butted up against each other now, right? And then I'm going to pop that on there. But when I go to trim it, what I'll do is I'll set it on there like so, right? So when I'm going to use one of our tape runners. Right, let me come out a little bit. It's a bit too close. So I just want to show you this trick. And if I go, take that one like that, and let's just add this like so. So when you're loading it, right, you're going to pop it on that edge like so. That edge is on there and that edge is on there like that. See, it's an optical illusion. So that now runs that way and that runs that way, and it doesn't look right yet until, right, you chop it. So somewhere I've got a guillotine. I think this is worth seeing this. Right, let me just put my stamps because I don't want to lose them, because in a minute I'm going to show you a really cool one with the larger one. Like that. Okay, so let's do this. I need to get a couple of these potted plant ones done. What should we do? Let's have a look. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, if I use that edge there, let's just see. Right, so I'm using this edge here to line up the edge of it's this I'm interested in, not this. Then I'll go to that one, right? And I'm going to butt it to the top. See how I'm going to the top there? Like that. I butt it to the top. So I've left enough space around the outside so that when I see, go like that, there. And then when you've gone all the way around, see? So now it looks like the land, and this is a little pre-printed jobby, wasn't it? It's just one of them. So you just pick the two colours, tape it like that, that's stuck, and then you apply that to a little 4x4, because we have those as well. We are into mini makes. So these little fellas, these are great 4x4 inch cards. So and then that sits on there. Isn't that lovely? There you go. So that's that one done. Yeah, I know. I ought to give one of these away. In fact, let's do that. So Jane, let's give a card away. Let's say mini makes. If our friends pop mini makes in the comments, then at the end of the show we can pick a winner. Should we do that? We'll pick a winner. There you go. And what I'll do is when we pick the mini wakes winner, we'll also, because this is easy, what I'll do is I'll pop a pack, because I can. I'll pop one of them in as well. Because they're consumables, it doesn't matter if you get an extra pack, you're going to chomp through them. Okay, so we're going to give that away, and we'll give away a pack of the toppers. There you go. Alrighty. Now I want to show you this though. Okay, so what you've got to write in the column where you're chatting is do me a favor, just write mini makes. There you go, mini makes. And then We'll pick a winner. Good. So this is the one I want to show you because this is interesting. More will be revealed on this one. Let's take that. Right, so there's the same one. I've just trimmed it back a little bit. Do you see? I just cut the sides back a little bit on that. Now, which one did I pick? So this time I went to the other set of, I went to the new set of Perspective. Bear with me a second. Yeah, you see these ones here? So these are two different sets of the stamp. I can't tell you how fantastic these stamps are. So I went with these two, which is that one, and there you go, the cactus one, that one. The tree, the cottonwood tree on that one is superb. I wonder if I've got a bit of artwork to show that off. Just bear with me a minute, because I did a little bit. There you go. There's a piece that I did last time we were together. Now there's, look, you can see where we've printed it. And what we did was we made them lighter. So we, less saturation, right? So that they're easier for you to decorate. Yeah, there's the cottonwood tree that I was talking about. Isn't that gorgeous? Jane says, can I win, please? Look, isn't that lovely? See, now these are all done using the masks. Yeah, but the trees are just gorgeous for, oh, hello. The detail is quite something on the trees. Excuse me. Right, so there's the cottonwood tree. There are the cacti, the little fella, and the eagle. So that on its own is 12144, or you can get both of them together, right? Let's have a look. So this is a nice one. That was the one I did with the reflection. Remember that big hill like that? And I did a real grungy. I used Sam's papers in the background. That's nice. So this is all on TV. This is all recorded how I did it, I think. There you go. So this is the bird I'm after. I'm using that bird now. And it's just very nice, okay? And there's a blank one, you see? So you can see how, but this is done with ink. And I had to write on the back all the different colours that I used. And now they're here. They're already done for you, which I think is a real treat. Okay, so let me put that back. And we'll put these colours back. That's one of those. They're so nice. Right, okay. So let's go back to this one. And what I'm going to do is use the tree. I'm going to use these trees. And I'll show you. So this is a real, you'll have a bit of a heart moment here. Watch. If I take that tree, that's that one there. Right, so I'm going to pop that one on there. Now, if I want to make sure I stay on the inside, I can always put a bit of masking tape there, or I can just go for it. Let's try the tree. Right, so I'm just going to ink up the tree, black archival. Yeah. Now, because I haven't used it today, I think the point I'm making here is just how quick and creative this is. Nice. Okay, so that's the tree. Tried it on a bit of scrap. Happy with that. Know that the ink pad is good. Okay. So now, right, I'm going to keep going, friends, because I'm on a roll here. If you want to hang around, that's great. If you want to leave, I understand. But I just want to keep going, and I'm gonna. Okay. My ride, my rules. There you go. Perfect. So I've got my tree in. Now, perspective. What I want to do now, I'll tell you what, I'll take that tree. The tree would be really cool to make bushes, hedges. But the thing is, that's where the mask comes in. And even if on the pre-printed ones, because the masks are exactly the same size as the pre-prints, right? The tags and the toppers. So what that means is, if I wanted to make a hedge along here, then I can put the mask down, right? I can use my mask that comes, cover that up, and put the hedges in. Okay, just saying. Right, now let me see. I want to take that little one here, and I'll just, actually, I think I'll use a stamp pen on this, because I find you get, it's the smaller they get. Let's have a look. Let's just check it. Nice. Bit more ink on there. Let's just check. That's it. Right, so where do I want to put it? I'm going to pop it there on that ridge there. So if I pop that down, excuse my hand on my head, just checking. There you go. Beautiful. So that's in place. They're in place. So I'll just replace that. And now I'm going to go for the eagle. Put the eagle in. Now I've got to kind of decide on the angle of the bird as well. It's very important. So it's always worth trying it on a piece of scrap first. Right, can we see this okay? Good. Now let's see. So if I go like that and I go like that, that's going to be perfect. And I'm going to pop it. I want it kind of in front. See, if you put it in front of the hill, there's always a tendency to put it in the sky, isn't there? Which is great. But if you drop it in front of the hill, see how it pushes the hill back? So let's do that next. And then I'm going to show you the bit that's where you go, oh, okay. Watch. So we're just going to pop that in there like so. That's perfect. That sits exactly where we want it. Right, we'll pop that one back in the little tree. So these two tree sets, right, that you're looking at now. So you've got two sets there, and they come with the masks as well. Don't forget Japan 10, you get a discount, and you also, of course, you're going to get Japan 10 10% discount plus your club discount. Okay, and that bundle there, that also gives you the two extra sets of masks. It's all included in that bundle. So you get the two sets of stamps, excuse me, that I'm using here, and you get the extra masks as well. So that's useful. Now let's have a look. This is the bit that really interests me. So I've used those two stamp sets to decorate this, but they're not the masks that come with those two stamp sets. Okay, I've just happened to use those two. Or are they? Yeah, no, the background is a different mask. Exactly that. Sorry. So what I want to do now is go to the one that background comes from. So that background comes from, wait for it, this one, which was the one with the sheep on it. Do you remember? So we've got a little sheep on it. Now, I'm not going to get over busy. I'm trying to make a point here, because these are made to fit that background, even though it's a pre-printed one. And here's the magic. So let's say, just to play it safe, I'm going to put a little bit of masking tape here, okay, just to keep that edge clean, okay. Got ink on my hands here. And then I'm going to put a bit of masking tape along here as well, just to keep the edge tidy. Now, I'll take this one here, this one here, and you'll see that it absolutely sits perfectly there on that edge there. Do you remember when I did the artwork? Let's have a look. So if I take that particular mount, I need a bit longer. Stay there a minute. Let me see if I can find a longer. I want a longer. Bear with me a minute. I've got loads of them in here. Let me just find. I really need a bit longer so that you can see what I'm doing. There you go. There we are. Right. Are we enjoying this? Right. See, now I can see exactly. So that's got to go there like so. Right. Black ink pad. Now we don't want it to be so black that. So we want it to be more faded than the tree because it's behind the tree. Okay. So let's not over ink it. Let's see if I don't press too hard. Yeah, it's still quite black. Okay, so the other thing to do is wait, isn't it? If you wait a bit, it will get drier. Right, so that'll do. Let's have a look. Now, if I wait a bit while I hover, can you see this all right? Right, so I'm going to hover and I'm going to just pop that. See, I'm waiting a little bit, so it's a bit. Now, let's see what happens if I go in there like that. There you go. So now it's behind. Do you get it? And if you, it sits exactly where it was before. So even though this is the pre-printed one, it works beautifully. Let's take the other side. Let's put another one over here. So I'm going to take that one. That, I'm just going to offer it up so you can see. It sits exactly there. Now, let me just pop that in there. And maybe, so that it's not so dark, you could even, if you blotted it a bit, let's have a look. Or wait, it's up to you. So I'm going to hover and wait a little bit, right? And you could always wipe a little bit of it away. So I'm waiting so that it's, let's have a look. There you go. See, it's far away, so it's got to be faded so that the tree sets forward. And then because I've done that, where I went onto the masking tape, it stays inside the frame. Do you get it? So that's how I did that. And then you just got to take, let's pop that back. All you've got to do then is take the grey pencil, right, if you like. See? Just a grey pencil. There's the moon. So let's just pop this down here, and we could just put a little bit of shadow, just the side of a grey pencil, even a HB pencil, anything, just to get a bit of shadow going there. That's it. That's all you need. And if you miss a bit, just fill it, friends. There you go, a bit of shadow there on that side. So you're still arty, you're still doing your thing. If you wanted to make this into water, this piece here, this could be water, because I don't know if you remember, let me see if I can find it. When I did that job the very first time, let me just see if I can find the right, I've got the artwork here somewhere. Just bear with me a minute, because I did it. Now, where is that artwork? Stay there. Now, I think it's here. Yeah, so there's the set, right, that we're using, the tree set. There it is. So that's the background there. And I made that into water, didn't I? And if you wanted to make that into water, then you could use the mask that comes with the stamp set and just go in and add colour to that area there. Okay, so all we're doing is taking out that more complicated construction process at the beginning for you. There we are. And then all I've done is, and that's one of the reasons why I really like this Polaroid, you know, this you can chop it off if you want to, right? But if you use our pinky grey, I really like these pinky grey stickers. The code for the pinky grey stickers is 31639. 31639. And the thing about them is, I mean, I use them all the time, but they're just the perfect size. Look, you see how they just sit? Like, I could take that one. It's your birthday today, like that. You can take whichever one you fancy, yeah? And they just sit perfectly in this area here. Look. So I just pop that in there like so. Voila. There. And so we're using that set, that landscape set now. You get it? They're good, aren't they? I know. And that one, I don't think I need to do it. I think it's obvious. The tiny little trees, where do they come from? Believe it or not, they come from the same set as I just used that for. They're on that, those tiny little trees are in there. And the birds are in another set. And the couple and the dog, they're on the South Downs set. So, you know, so these tree stamps, let me show you the pair of perspective ones with the masks. They are 21233, and then the larger set of 5, the original set, are 12038. There you go. All right, so don't go away though. I know, I bet you've got to go, but it's all right. You can always come back. I'm going to keep going and it will be recorded. So you can either hang out with me or you can come back later. Okay, let me just pop these to one side. Normally, you see, I throw to Paul now. This is how it works. Now I would throw to Paul and then he would regroup and I would then have a chance to work out what I'm doing next. But that not being the case, I'm going to keep talking. I'm going to clear the decks a little bit, making sure that I don't put anything so far away that I never find it again. And I'm going to go to, I'll tell you what I'll do. I have a good idea. I'm going to go to the potted plants and the overhead. Now, if I pop that there, that would just give me a second to have a look at where we're going next. Oh, yeah. All right. Okay. I've got to show you this. Let me pop that to one side. I think we've done that one. Right. I'm going to show you this now. So we can see here we've got 2 sets of potted plants. And the price is, you save £10. You get the alphabet for free. Okay. And all I've got, I'm going to show you a trick. I've got my pair here. I've got my black archival ink pad. Let me put my tree stamps away. Now, and now I've got, yeah, okay. I'm on it, friends. Now, what I decided to, I thought I'd show you a little trick, and this isn't even on the, this isn't even on the Digi downloads. Okay, I know. This is the idea that I had at the Cracker Sparrows this morning, but I think you'll enjoy it. And it kind of ties in with those little tiny cards. Okay, so let me show you this. I've got two different ink pads. I've got a lumberjack plaid and a chip sapphire, distress oxides. They're sort of slow drying, which is good. I'm using these here. Okay, so I've got loads of them to show you. Right, let's have a look. So I'm going to take one of those and I'm going to use this one. Right, I'll use that one. Let me use that tool. That'll do, so you can see it well. Right, I need a bit of scrap, only so that I can test it while I'm doing it. Okay, so this set, these are brand new, never been seen anywhere before, worldwide launch, la, and they're like 2-way overlays. So what we've got here is the outline, and then we've got the infill, and this is where it gets interesting. So what we're going to do is take this one, let's have a look, and we'll just ink up, keep it simple, lots of tricks and tips now. So we'll take that one, we'll take one of those little packs and we'll just add that to the top like so. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, cool. So that's the outline one, and that one comes from, if I just move this out of the way, that one comes from that set there, up in the top left hand, very first one. Okay, that one there. That's what I'm working with. The round vase. Okay, let's go to the round vase, and I'm using those little top that come with that, the mini makes, just to flash it up for you so that you know what I'm doing here. It's that little set there of the 2.5 by 3.5 inch designer mini make papers, and then those really superb little rinky dink toppers that go with it. Okay, but back to the pot plants. So now we've done that, let's say, in fact, let's do 2, just because I always think, you know, if you're going to go for it, I'm not batch making, but if you do 2 like that, then you've got twice as much chance. And you've got, if they both go right, great. Otherwise, it's 1 for test and 1 for best. Right, so now we've done 2. Okay, so that's the outline. Let's pop it back on there. So that, because there's so many of them, you kind of want to do that. So next thing is, let's take the infill. That's this one. let's pop that on there now. Actually, do I want it to be that bit long? Let's go on a smaller one like that. Right, so that's going to fill. Let's come in a bit closer, shall we, so you can see what we're doing. Right, so that one's going to fill those two. And we're going to use, let's use this chipped sapphire. But what I want to do is do an interruption. I'll show you what I mean. So I'm going to take a spot-on sponge, which we use a lot. Okay, they're great for, so I'm going to take my ink pad and I'm going to add like that. So it's not over inked, you see? So that way I've got a lot more control and I'm doing that. So it's obvious that if I want to now, I can just go straight in like that, bang, and it's going to be a blue pot. Agreed? But if I were to use, you know, you buy oranges and lemon, and you get the netting, don't you? So this is, let's call it a mark maker or an interrupter. Our stamps work beautifully like this. So if I put the scrap underneath like that, and I'll pop that on there like so, okay, and I'll use this ink. Let's see, what's the worst that can, see if I get a bit of an angle going like that. Okay, then I'm going to stamp through there, and I'm going to press quite hard in that corner there to get a bit of light. Right, now let's see what happens if I come in here now. Let's come in a bit closer so you can see it. Right, and then I'm going to hover with the handle until I'm happy with the position, and then I'll bring my vase in. Look at that. Eh? Isn't that lovely? And I bet there's still enough on there. I bet there's a ghost on there. Let's try a ghost. Like that. See? Ghost. And if I wanted to put a bit of shadow on the ghost, if I take a little bit, I'm not re-inking, gently does it. I can always add it, can't take it away. Put a bit of shadow just around that side and around the bottom. Let's come back on there and let's just make this a little bit more cylindrical. It's round, not flat. Right, so I go like that. Back I go in again. Let's add a bit of shadow. There. Isn't that lovely? See? So you're getting the pattern. It's really nice. Right, and I'll show you. Here are a couple I did earlier. Okay. I want to show you a trick as well. I can talk this through. If you, now that's got blue, see that one? So I used the red, but what I did was, let me show you something. You get the trick. I don't have to do it again and again. But what I will do is just show you how to get, see if you look at that one, it's got like blue in it as well. Look, see how it's got a mottled, almost like a glaze. Yeah. So that's quite easy. But what I need to do is, otherwise it gets muddy. If I don't just clean, let's clean this off just a little bit. Let's get that clean again. Right. Okay, so we'll clean that. A bit of water, that'll do. Now at this time, what I'll do is, I could do it on the scrap. I'll show you. I'm going to use the red on the actual, so it's called lumberjack plaid. Okay. So we've got the lumberjack plaid. Okay, spread that out nicely. Don't want too much. You can always add a bit more shadow down the bottom if you want to. Now, on this one though, let's say, right, before I do that, why don't I put a bit of blue, same again, just put a bit of blue on the actual, the area that I'm going to use. So now I'm using that bit there, right? So that's got a bit of blue on. That's my theory anyway. So I'm going to make sure that I've got the right pattern there. So you can spread it out as well. That's the lovely thing about this stuff. You can make it bigger like that. Let's go like that. Now let's see what happens if I go in there like that. Right, and I'm just pressing a little bit harder. See what we get. See, less on that side. So we should get not enough really, but we'll see. So, listen, it's a bit of card. It's playtime. But if I go like that now, like so, I bet we get some really lovely, interesting. Yeah, look, 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 look. See how you get just with a little bit. I mean, I love that. And the thing about it is, right, I've just used one of those solid surface vases. So your mission now is to walk around your kitchen and see what can you use as a mark maker, or call it an interrupter, so that those solid surface vase fillers, right, they start to change. They're not just plain, you know. And if you use, for example, even when they're second generation, I mean, I might have left this one a little bit too long now, waffling, but I'm not using an infill. I'm just using, yeah, see, even that, I mean, in the right setting, it looks so lovely. The only thing is, if you want to add more shade, that's where the line art is important, because it gives you something to kind of hang your hat on, gives you something to stamp into, you know, it's easy. Whereas trying to overlay, unless you're using a stamping platform, in which case it's always in the same place, it's not so straightforward to get back in over the top of one that hasn't got line art, if that makes sense. Right, but I really wanted to show you that. And then back to those pinky grey stickers again, see, I tell you what, they really are, they are so cool. So the pinky grey stickers, I'm going to tell you one more time what the code is, 31639, right? And then, see, the thing about them as well is they're really well put together, because they've got the large ones, but then in between you've got these ones, and they sit beautifully on these little, see these little, so for example, we could say, thank you so much, right? And that makes a fabulous little table. So you see, you just sit that on there like so. That goes like that. What a nice little table. And then, hang on, we're not finished yet, right? Then we'll pop that back, because of course we haven't added any colour to the leaves, okay? But when you add colour to the leaves, that's pretty straightforward. You just take your pergoliners, just your bog standard pergoliners, okay? Pick the colours that work for the vase, that make the vase pop. So if you use the red, maybe you add a little flash of red, if you know. And then depends which flower. See, that's the other thing, is if you're using the infill, what's interesting at this point is that you can change the leaf. You see, you can change the leaf on there now. So for example, if I go to this, let me show you what I mean. See, the outline ones are attached, yeah, but the infill ones are not. So if you're wondering, what am I going to do with this? Let me show you. If I take this now, so I could add colour to that, whatever colour I found. I could put black in there, I could do whatever I want. But let's just do it and see what happens if I want to add a little bit of blue, right? So I'm going to add a bit of blue. There we go. You can put a whole bouquet in there, but you're using the infill rather than the, do you see? You're using the infill. So let's see how this looks. So we got that. And then if you wanted to, you could even add a little touch of red. Let's see if we add a bit of red around the edge. So it's hours of play. I'm just using one of them. I like I say, I got up in early and I thought, oh, I've got to try. I don't know why this orange netting came to me. But let's see what happens if I just pop that in there now. A bit too much red, in my opinion. See what happens. One for test and one for best. Remember? This is going to sit in there like that. Bud off. Let's have a look. So that's the vase, and that's the, doesn't that look absolutely classy? So with or without, yeah, it's just a different one now. You can mix and match. You can change the vases. You know, it's exponential, really. It just goes on and on and on. You know, such fun, actually. Now, where did I put? Hey, look, here's a few that I did on tags. Don't they look lovely? You add a little bit of colour. Let me just pop this one back. There we go. There. So you see, now you take your pergoliner, I took the B5 pencil, for example. That's, I don't need to add anything to that, just a table. But here, for example, this one is a really beautiful one to use with chipped sapphire. It's kind of a lilac-y colour, and you can come in here like that, see? And you can just make it tone in tone. And then inside, for example, inside the, see, you can go, that one's quite dark, isn't it? Let's go into this one, see? So you can go in there. You can also add, if you wanted to add a bit of shadow, here we go, look. You've got your base now. And what that gives you, actually, right, it gives you a bit of purchase as well, so that when you're actually using the pencil over the top, you're not just going in on here, you're not just going in on white. See how you can, it's good. There. So you can get some really good shading going on there, get the right colour. It's good, isn't it? So there you go. That's just one example of how to change the pot. Yeah? I like that idea. And I'm sure that you do too. So have we got time for one more? What do you think? Or shall I call it a day and say, I didn't even get to the demos that I was going to do. Honestly, I just sometimes I wonder at myself. But I think I want to do, can I do one more? Have you had enough? Are they falling away? What do we think? I've got to show you this one more. Or even if I just talk it through, I could talk it through. Now, all about the mini makes, right? So let me just show you this. So we've got, we come out a little bit. We come out to here, right? You can see here, we've got these. Let me take it out of here. So I've got inky fingers. I don't want to get it messy. So you can see here, this is a set of bijou card blanks, and it comes with the envelopes. Dave cuts all these out. It comes with these beautiful 2.5 by 3.5 inch ATC, they're ATC size, okay? So you get all these, you get 20 of them, you get 20 envelopes that look like that when they're done, really nice. This is what they look like when they're folded. They come scored but not folded, and you also get the 2 embedders. So that whole set there is 31359, okay? 31359. And I'm just going to put that there for a moment while I show you the little cards that I've used. Right, so 31359. And you can see here, this is the little card that I did. So there it is, there's the topper there. And there's the little piece that I put in there. And there's the embedder that I used in there. And so you know exactly how this has happened. And then these are the little toppers that I've used for the background. So let's just put that away. Let's take that one away for a moment. Let's take that one. This doesn't take a second to do. And I think it's worth just showing you the colours. So there's my little Zen that I'm going to hang it from, right? There's the pack that it comes from. So it's 11750, okay? Then I've got the little Toscana set of toppers. These are the one, no, it's so lovely. This is crazy good, right? You can, the lighter ones you can stamp on top of, the darker ones you use as toppers underneath. So I've got this little set here, but what I want, so these are these little ones that go on top. But I just want to show you a couple of tricks. I think it's about showing you a trick. If I take this one, that's the one I've used, right? And then the infill. So let's just go to that and I'll show you how it works. Quickly does it, but there's no rush really. Let's go for it. So I'm going to just pop that on there like so, right? But before I do all that, I think what I'll do is I'll show you how to use the embedder, because I know that a lot of you still struggle with how to use the embedder. So let's come in a bit tighter. Right, let's move that out of the way. There's one of those little cards. Jilly's little cards, right? There's a little embedder that comes in that set. You know that set that I just showed you? This set here. There. Okay. It's in there. Okay. Right. I want to show you a couple of tricks without repeating myself. So I'll take that. I'm going to take a bit of low tack tape. I'm going to set that in the right place. Well, I'll tell you what, it's easier if you do that first. Then you hover over the top until you're happy with the position. Right, and then I know that that's going to sit on there. Then I'll turn, oh, no, that didn't work. So this is what happens when you start rushing. Okay, don't rush, Gray. So we'll do that. So it's quite tight to the edge, see? That's why it's quite easy to move it. So let's take a piece of paper or card so that you can see I'm going to move this rather than the, yeah? So all I'm going to do now is just get in there with my thumbnail I just need to find the edge of the embedder before I emboss it, right? Because I've got dirty fingers, it's quite easy to see. You can use a tumble dryer sheet. That will help the glide, right? Okay, let's do that. Now I'm going to use my number 2 tool. Okay, let's go up a little bit. Right, I'm going to use the number 2 tool and I'm going to dig in there and then I'm just going to come around there and it just gives it a really lovely little finish. It's quite nice to do this before you stamp, okay? Gives you something to sort of hang your hat on. Right, and then that's going to go on there like so. There you go. So I've done that. Then when I lift this off, you see, take that away from there, like so, slowly does it, and then lift that off, and I've got a really smashing, you can see that exactly, how it's embedded, can't you? See, and then that sits on one of these. I could pick anyone. There's the same one as there, look. There are so many different ones. In fact, there are, how many? 48 of them? There you go. So we'll take that one and that's going to sit on there like so. There. So that fits. We know that fits, that fits. These are beautiful little ATCs. So then we take that. Now we're going to stamp it up. So we've got choices and what we want to do. We've done that bit around the outside. Now let's find our, I'm going to take my Zen stamp. I know that it all fits because I measured it all up earlier. Right? So I take my little Zen stamp. There we go. And I'll pop that in there. This is a 2-hour session, isn't it? It's a 2-hour session, friends. Right, and then I'm going to pop that on there. Can you see all right? Am I got too many things going on here and a cold tea? That's all right, though. So I'm going to go like that and press. Perfect. Right, so I've got my little Zen sign, yeah. Now I'm going to put my hanging basket in place. Yeah, nice. So I'll pop my hanging basket in now. I'm just going to, it's just on the base there, like so. Nice. So just a bit of Zen, bit of peace, hey? Like so. That'll do. Right, and then I'm going to take I've got my outline. It's good enough for me to be able to infill it now. Okay, so I'll pop that one back like so. And now I'm going to use my plant pot. So I'll get my plant pot ready and I'm going to use Rusty Hinge. I'm going to use Rusty Hinge. You can use any inks, right? But let's use Rusty Hinge for this one. And we're just going to make a terracotta pot, okay? So I'm going to use a spot-on sponge to pop the colour on, okay? So I'm just going to pop some colour on there like so. This is where you can go in again and again and again. Right, let's give it a go. I haven't even used the alphabet yet. Right, so now I can hover over there until I'm happy and then press. See? So if you do it super smooth, see, if you do it like so, you get those lovely stippled like texture, okay? If you do it really, look, you can test it on a piece of scrap first. What you're going to get if you go straight in, you're going to get that. And that might look really nice. What happens if you go second generation? Absolutely lovely. Maybe you go in there and then you dab on there a little bit and then you smooth it out a little bit. Maybe you want it to be smoother. So then you use, there you go, see? So maybe I want a little bit of colour on the top. So then I'll go in there and I'll just touch the top like that. I want a bit of shadow, see? Like that. So then I'm just going to ink up the top part of the pot and then go again. And it gets darker and darker. I keep adding, you see. If I look, I've got chipped sapphire here. Just for the hell of it, I'm going to add a little bit of chipped sapphire oxide to the top. I don't know what's going to happen. I'll soon tell you. See, it's all about play. Now let's see what happens if I go in with a bit of chipped oxide. Chipped sapphire oxide. Yeah, see how it's changing, right? Really, really nice. And then, see that, then we'll take that one, leave that one out, and now we'll put these teardroppy ones in. And these are actually, they're made to fit the little plant. So if I go in like that, and I go like that, that's what I'm going to get in the plant. See, just like that. It's that straightforward. So what about if, and because I'm using, let me just put the lids on, so good housekeeping. Because I'm using a spot-on sponge, see, I can use that as a kind of hop, skip and jump. So I go like that, so it's not quite so blotchy. Then I can hover with the handle until I'm happy with the position and plant. There, see? If I want it a bit darker, I'll go in again, hop, skip, so it smooths out the ink, and hop, skip and jump like that. It's so cool to do. And you can do that until you're happy with the depth. Hop, skip, and then jump. See? And it gets brighter and brighter. If you want to make I did this earlier, look, I'll show you. If you want to make a little table underneath and we're not using a sticker, then watch what I did. So I'm going to take a piece of masking tape and I'll just pop that on there like so, okay? So let's come in a bit closer so you can see what I'm doing a bit. Right, so I'll pop that on there. Right, so now that covers up. I've got a little hair there. Where's that hair? All right, we'll use that side. Let's use this old. So that covers up the bit that's the embedder, yeah? And then what I did was I took a stamp and I just cut that bit out. So that now covers up that bit. Do you see? So I'm just going to go like that, and that covers up that bit there. So now I know that that's protected. Hang on, let's come up a bit. Come out a bit. There, you see. So now that's protected as well. Yeah? You follow me? In fact, what I'll do is, if that's protected and I want the table there, I'm going to go like that. So, and now I know, let's just make sure it's right. Take your time, Gray. There, like that. And I know that that little bit there is exposed. So I can protect those sides if I want, if I'm being pedantic. But let's take a spot-on sponge now. Let's just take a sponge, just to show you. In fact, let's just use that green. I've got it in front of me. And let's take a bit of scrap to see what's going to happen. Yeah, that'd be nice. Right, and now I'm just going to pounce like that in that area. So go like that. That's a bit too, let's have a look. Is that too zesty? I don't know. I reckon that'd be quite nice. But what it's doing is it's giving the pot something to sit on. It's got a background now. There you go. Let's see what happens if we just do that. Then we'll lift that off there like that. And we'll lift that off there like that. And there's a little background. And then a little finishing touch, right? how does this hang on here? So it looks like, for some reason, I missed, there's a little tiny ring on the end of there, and for some reason I didn't ink it up. So I'm going to add it just because I can. Okay. Then I'm going to take my ruler, pick a ruler, any ruler, and I'm going to hang this, because this is a hanging basket, isn't it? So Ken says this is a 2-hour show, eh? Are we going for it? Right, and I'm just going to level up there. There you go. So now there's a connection. Then I'll just put a little dash there. And now that sits together. So what we've got there now, we've got that. We've got that. We've done that. We've got that. And now we need to set it on one of those little cards. And I want to show you, it's just a silly little trick, but it's worth seeing this as well. Because even though this is 2.5 and that's 2.5, it's like, how do you stick it on there and know that it's going to, right, leave that out. Pop that on here like so. This is going to be folded. That's going to be the edge, right? That's going to be where it sits. Trust that it is the right size. You can offer it up to make sure that it is, right? But trust that it is. So you're going to butt up those edges like that, right? Let me show you. I'm going to hold that like so. Then I'm going to take my, come in a bit like that. I'm holding it so this is exactly in the right place. Yeah? And then I'm going to take my thingy, my tape runner, like that. And I'm just going to pop a length of it along there. Just a minute. And just get a length of it going. Right. And then that sits on there. So now I know that that's in place. See, then I know that this is going to work. Then I can go in here and I can add a bit more. So now I'm only going to go to this line here, though. I'm not going to go beyond that. But I know that that will sit now. Okay. So that's like so. Then I close that, and that is absolutely bang on. And it sits exactly on the front like that. And then this one goes like that. Let me just take this one. So I would do in this order as well, if that makes sense. I'm sure you would too. Right, so then that, if you could still put a little edge, not now, I've put glue on it. But then that's going to do the 2 fingers like so. That will sit on there, that goes in there, and there's your little PTC. And the only difference is I've added a little tiny bit here, look, dots. Because this is where you get pleasure, just adding. And then I've just put 3 little dots along there, like that. And that's it. That's done. There we are. So that's another little idea. Okay. How are we doing for time? Are we going to turn this into a 2-hour? I know. I tell you what, I'm gonna. Let me make sure I've still got some chuff. Yeah. Because if I do that, then it's all recorded and you could come back and watch it and I haven't got to come back later, you know? Are you cool with that? I understand if you have to leave, but I'm going to keep going. So that way, yeah, that way I know that, that all the work's been done, all the demos are done, and you can go in at your leisure because there's loads of little tricks and tips that I still want to share with you. Okay. So let's just have a look again at that. Let's just look at that one there, right? And I wanted to, I'll just enjoy that for a minute as well. While let's just look at that because that gives you a rough idea of all the different plants, doesn't it? Now let me see. That's one I wanted to show you with the letters. I think it's important that I show you the one with the letters. So stay there. We've done that one, right? So we know how that works. And we've done that one. So we know how the little tiny mini makes, how these work. They're brilliant. Move the camera out a touch. Yes, good idea, Jane. Thank you. Okay, so while I'm just getting my stuff together for the next demo, you take a look at that and I'll tell you about that. I'll tell you about that. Right, so we've got that one and that one. And don't forget, right, pause on at 2 o'clock and 6 o'clock over on, so that's pretty cool. Oh, this is another nice one that I wanted to show you. This is easy, right? This is a little, just another idea. So you stamp the same one onto a bit of scrap. I can talk you through this, right? And then what you do is, you could do it on white. I can talk this. You could do it on, then you stamp it, just the actual outline onto one of those companion papers. You could change, look, now that changes depending on the background. You see, so instead of using the stamp to infill it, what you're doing is you're taking your paper, and then what you can do, you color them, you cut them out, right? And then you can glue them over the top like so. Now that looks good too. And you can add a little bit of shadow to it. See? But that's a good way to change. And that's the thing about that is as well, right? If I show you, we're doing individual ones, but when you go to overlay them, this is where you can start to, you know, take different vases and now you cut them out and you can start to pop them in front of each other. You can see what I'm doing here, can't you? So you could take another one of the flowers and then you start to build up in front of it. So you cut out the vase and then you start layering up. It's a really nice way to layer up. Does that make sense? So that works really well too. So I just thought I'd show you that trick. What have I got on there? Right, because that's a really nice and easy part. Okay, so while you're looking at that, see, because then you could take your pergoliners, and if you want to add a bit of depth or colour, then you use the pergoliners and you can go in there and you can add a bit of shadow, see, over the top of an existing colour. And of course, you've got that trick now with the, see, so it looks pretty cool, right? Okay, but it's a great way for overlays. And the other thing that I was going to say is if you are stamping onto existing, like this, let me show you, come in here, right? If you're stamping onto existing ink and you want it to pop, but let's say this, right? But you can see that it's not really showing very well. Now on parchment, you know, what we usually do is on parchment, let's say you're not using that, you want to colour it in, right? It's a good idea to put a coat of the white pergoliner pencil down first, right? Just a white oil-based pencil. Do that first. Then when you go in, even if you stamp over it, what you'll find is the colour will be truer, okay? So like you do that, and then when you stamp over the top or you colour in over the top, you'll find that your colour is truer. So say I want to go in with a yellow pencil now. Let me grab a yellow pencil and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Because I put this white in the background, when I go in with the yellow will be a lot truer than it would have been if I'd just gone straight over the green. Do you see? Look. So you put an undercoat down of, it's a lot brighter. And it's, we've learnt this in the shack, haven't we? We've done this in the shack where you can go in and you can add colour, but it's always a good idea to put an undercoat of the white, the B pencil. And then you can go in and you can add shadow and you can go in and, but what you'll find is it creates a kind of a seal, but it's a lot brighter than it would be. You don't lose it. It doesn't lose it. And the darker the background, the more important that little trick is. Okay. So that's that little trick. Now we're going for gold. Okay. Pop that out of the way. So next, let's go to the letters. This is a good one, right? So we need to go to the letters. And what I've done is, fortunately, I did a little bit of prep. Mum, you still there? I wonder if Mum's still watching. My mum always watches. She watches on YouTube, don't you, darling? Okay, right, ready? So So now, for example, you can see how the letters sit inside, and you can use different. So now, for example, you can use different pots and for the letters. See, when I did this one, I thought, actually, it's a little bit tight. Right, mistake number one, I used the smallest pot for the widest letter. Do you see? So then I thought, right, okay, that's easily remedied. We'll just use a different pot. Yeah. So, or if I was saying dad, see, I've taken the widest letter, right? Some of them you could put two in. I could put B. I could put a whole word in there, and I could overlap it as well. I could go jaunty on it. You see, so it really does make a difference which letters you pick versus which plant pot you pick. And I'm just using that little topper from come out a little bit. I'm just using that little topper from Jilly's pack. You know the set that I'm talking about? I know it's here somewhere. You know exactly what I mean, don't you? The yeah, they're here. These ones. Them ones. Those ones. Okay? So what we're going to do is pick the letters. I've already stamped those. I don't think we need to do that again, do we? And then what I'll do is I'll use the infills though, and I'm going to use speckled egg. So a nice dark light colour that's really neutral. And then the background, I've used the Antarctica paper. So just to show you just one more time how this works, okay? So I'll take, I've got to go with what I've used here. So I'm going to use the infill for that one, yeah? And then I'll just fill that up like so. Let's just do this. It's good when it's dry like that. So if I go in there, that's going to be pretty dark like that. Okay, let's come up a little bit. So I'll just show you so you see how it works. And then I'm gonna take my sponge and I'm just gonna, this is a distress oxide called speckled egg. Okay, so I'll just do that because I can always go in twice. Then I'm going to hover with the handle until I'm happy with the position, and then in I go. See, such a lovely colour. And I can always go in with a grey pencil. I can go in a little bit later, a little bit again on one side. Let's say I want to get a bit of shadow on that side, right? So then I decide the shadow is going to be over that side. So I put a little bit on there. I could go in with a dark blue if I want to, but I'm just going to go in with a bit more of its same colour. Okay, let's have a look. See how it goes darker? I love this. Okay, I love this. So now I've got that one done, right? And then I'm going to go, this is playtime, see? So I'll take that one and I'll pop that back where it belongs. And then I'm going to, where's the one I'm using? So now I need that little one with the feet. Where have I put that? Here it is. The little one with the feet. So you're going to go there like that. And then I've got that sponge that I've just used. So I'll do that. And I'll just hover with the handle till I'm happy with the position. Isn't that super? And then that one, that's this one here. So, and then I could just wipe that clean. There we are. But it just goes to show you, just make sure it's the right one. That's it. So we're going to go like that. Then I can just... So let's have a look. While I'm doing this, we've got the potted plants. They're on the screen with you at the moment, the bundle. You're going to be paying, let's put a little bit more grey on that side. So if I'm going to go there, I want the grey on that side. Keep my finger there to remember. Go a little bit darker on that side. So we go another generation of that blue on that side. There we are. See what a difference it makes. And if you were to take a darker color, then you could add pencil now, shade. It's entirely up to you. And if you wanted to add the color inside the box, you could use a pencil, or you could use a blending pen. That would work as well, wouldn't it? If we use a blending pen, and then we'll take a nib, right? And then a little bit of, now let's see, we should be able to take that from there. There we go. And we should be able to go in there. There we are. And then we can use the same color in the background like that. There. See, so you can do that. And the other thing is, of course, that you're not only going to do that, you're going to use the infill of the stamps as well, the top part, you see. So you can see here, I've actually gone in with the top part, which is on offer too. And I think, if I'm not, is that one? There's so many beautiful leaves. I'm just checking which one's which. That's that one there. I'll just do one. I'll do that one and that one because they're just so delightful to do. Okay. Let me pop that one back. Right, let's do this one. So you just mount that up like so. And I'm going to use the, see, I want to give this a little chance to dry while I do the foliage. Okay. Right. So I'll ink that up, spread that out, go in there like so, and then plant. There you go. That wasn't hard, was it? So pop that one back on its bed. Then we're going with this one, and I'm using the same color for the whole thing. I'll show you why, because in a minute I'm going to use a pencil to, so just go a bit of, blot that out a little bit. Then I'm going to go in there, and I just need to, that's it. Isn't that lovely? I know, I love these. And then once you've done that, you see, you can go in with a pencil, like a green pen. Now, I did have them here. Here we are. And if you wanted to add a bit of shadow, pergolina, just a little bit of depth there, look, just on the base, like that. So that's nice to do. And it all is tone in tone there. So a little bit at the base of the leaves with a pergolina. Yeah, that's nice, isn't it? So you know how that works. That one there's a little bit further back. I'm going to get some pottery done this weekend. I want to get some pottery done, so I've got something to sell when we go to the open days. The open days are coming up. I hope you've got your tickets already. Here we go. So we've got Friday. Hey, let's have a look. I hope you've got your tickets, and then I'm going to get the letters out. So Friday. See, you could use your spend to get over £50. You could do this. We've got workshops attached to that. Look, just look up that 60210, or look up that 60209. So these are workshops on the Sunday that are bolted on to the open days. So if you were to come on the Saturday, for example, and stay overnight, then you could have a day with myself or with Linda, whichever you prefer. If you're a Parcher or you're Inchiati, you want to get with me, then you could come on the Saturday, stay overnight. We're all hanging out in a big hotel, so it'd be good. It'd be a good hangout, you know. And then, yeah, I mean, something to think about, isn't it? A real treat. And it's on the 30th, the 31st of May, and the 1st of June is the workshop. So it's easy to remember, and it's still a little way away, so you could get a plan in place. Now, let's just do this, and then we'll call it a day. So I'm going to take my letters now, right? And I'm going to, this one, I'm going to make, for Sue. So I've got S, U, and E. Let's do it for Sue. Okay. Now, what I could do, I wonder, you could probably put Sue in the middle. I reckon the whole thing would work right in the middle. Yeah, I'm going to give it a go. What's the worst that can happen? We just made a 3-hour show a 2-hour show out of a 1-hour show. Oh, I know what I want to do though. I want to put the one in the middle first. So I want to do U first, because it's easier to get it spaced right. So I'm going to put Sue, I'm going to put S in the middle, U in the middle. You've put U in the middle. Let's just check it. Yeah, nice. Okay, U in the middle. Sue. U. Right. And these are those stamp pens that I was talking about. So the stamp pens, if I just show you, they are, so a set of 4 is there, or a set of 12 is there. That's a big investment. And that's what I'm making the pots for. That's what I'm doing this weekend, is making beautiful pots for your pens and your pencils. Yes, I am. I've already made a load. I've got to make some more. So while Dave and I are hanging out together, I thought that'd be quite good to do. See, and then I think, right, here we go. So now S, okay. Now, do I want to go straight? Okay, let's give it a go. Good enough. Yes, S, and then E. Last one's E. So I just make sure that it's the right way around. See, that's where these stamp pens really come into their own, because they just, there, fabulous. Sue, you see? So you put the name in there. I mean, I should take a little bit more time. I am rushing, but you understand that the letters sit absolutely perfectly inside there. And then what I did, just to finish off, was I mounted it on a really nice piece of Antarctica paper, added it on there, and then you've got the pinky grey stickers again. So you can see how nice that is. And where did I get the coloured edge from, and where did I get the pencils from? I used really nice green polychromos to get the shadow on here, but you know what, the pergoliners are ideal as well. See, once that's dry, that ink as well, it's got some really good purchase. Like what you'll find is the pencil just takes better. You'll see what I mean when you give it a go. But always remember that when you've done that, you've always got this trick, right? Loads of different ideas there. You can pick up texture from so many different surfaces. Glynis needs a pink trinket pot for her bedroom, please. Now, at some point during the last 2 hours, we said that we were going to give away a card. I will give a card, and also a pack of those fantastic toppers and tags. And if you recall, with the toppers and tags, if you spent £50 or more after discount, and this offer runs right through till Monday midnight, so you haven't got to scramble. You take your time, have a think about what you want to spend. And it's not just about what's on the show. There's anything on the website, open days, workshops, anything. Just get it over £50 and I'll pop this in to your basket free of charge. It's a gift from me to you to celebrate, because there's so much to celebrate, really. But I did say that we're going to give away a card. I'll find it. It's somewhere in this mess. And also a pack of these. So I'm just going to take a look, just close my eyes, and then I'll let you know. Just let me scroll. Hang on, let me just scroll. I don't want to click myself out. Right, hold on a minute. Scroll, 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 scroll. Click. Annie Mayhew. Annie Mayhew. Annie. There you go. And you are the lucky winner today, Annie Mayhew. Thank you so much. There you go. I hope that put a smile on your face, Annie. Thank you so much, everybody else who's joined in. Let me just see if we've got anybody left. I know I kept you for an extra hour. We should have known that was going to happen. But it just, well, it is how it is, isn't it? So don't forget, 2 o'clock this afternoon on Hobbymaker, you've just got enough time to get yourself a sandwich and a cup of tea, and then snuggle up to join Paul on Hobbymaker at 2 o'clock. And if that one's too soon, 6 o'clock this evening, he'll be showcasing some lovely stuff there. Lovely stuff. I hope that you've enjoyed the show. I do hope that you like those pot plants. I'll do a blog with the one that I didn't do. I did a really nice one, but hey ho, you can't do it all. I'll do this blog. I tell you what, if you're looking for something to put in your pot, in your basket, you see that backdrop there? Look, this is the one I'll blog. Get yourself that. If you haven't got this, you don't know what you're missing. 11514. It's absolutely brilliant for these little mini makes. Really, really cool. And it's a backdrop stamp. It comes with a little, it's almost like a little ledge. And the vases just sit on that ledge as if it was made for it. Okay. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed that. Jane, thank you so much for your help. I'm afraid I kept you for an extra hour too. Many thanks to Paul and Jilly for making this possible for me to work from home so I can stay close to Dave. And do me a favour, stay close to Clarity. We so appreciate your friendship and your loyalty. And I'll see you on Monday at 10 o'clock. Yeah, it's what we on? Umbrella, Japanese umbrella. Absolutely gorgeous. I can't wait to see what you come up with. Nice to have your company. Go easy and travel gently. Bye-bye now.